Hello and welcome back. I apologize for being late. It took me a little while to remember how to set up my streaming stuff. Yeah, so as you know, I've been out of town for a couple of weeks, but we are back. We are ready to solve some Sudoku, and we're gonna go for it. So today I have no particular puzzles in mind in particular, but I do know that some of my puzzlemix puzzles have been piling up and they're going to expire if I don't do them. So today we're going to do whatever puzzlemix puzzles I haven't done yet. And I'll stick to Sudokus. Yeah, so now that I'm looking, the first puzzle is actually a calcudoku. And let me pull it up and then explain what it is. Actually, I'll explain what it is first. It is like a Sudoku, in that this one's going to be 7 by 7. Here, actually, let me just pull it up. Here, let's see if this works. There we go. Oh, it's not the right size. Okay, here's a calcudoku puzzle. As you might notice, it's like a Sudoku, but it doesn't have the boxes that Sudokus usually have. The way this works is this is a 7 by 7 puzzle, so I'm going to be taking each of the numbers 1 through 7, and they're going to have to appear once each in each row and each column. But as I said, there's no boxes. So there's no like 3 by 3 box that we'd have to put the numbers 1 through 9 in or anything like that for 7. What we do know is that each of these highlighted regions, we have some number and a arithmetic symbol. So like here, the highlighted green ones here, we know these two have to multiply to 42. So that has to be a 6 and a 7. Those are the only numbers between 1 and 7 that multiply it to 42. Yeah, so there's multiplication, there's division here. In order to get these two divided by each other to be 7, that's going to have to be a 1 and a 7. Now, I was going to say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. I hate that. Oh yes, I remember. There's not a particular order the numbers have to go within each region, as long as they add up or multiply up or subtract or divide to the correct number given in the region, then it's a valid solution. And also, I don't know if it's going to come up here, but for division and subtraction, you just start with the largest number and then you divide or subtract out by the smaller numbers, and then that's supposed to give you the number in the top left corner of the box. So without further ado, this is a 1 and a 7 in order to make the quotient 7. Now suppose this is a 7. Then, because we can only have 1 7 in each row, these would both have to be 6, and that's bad, because each of these are a 6 or a 7. So this has to be the 1, and this has to be the 7, is what I'm getting at. Now this is going to have a 5 in it. It's going to have a 3 in it. So I'm going to go ahead and say that can't be a 1, because there's already a 1 in the column. This is going to have a 7 in it and a 5 in order for this to multiply out to 210. 5 times 7 is 35. I think the other number has to be a 6. Typically my strategy here is to first figure out what numbers go in each region, and then figure out the order they go in. Now let's look at these three. We have to have a 5 and a 6 and a 7 in these three spots. But look at this spot here. If this were a 5, then we couldn't have a 5 here or here. They'd both have to be 7s, and that would be bad. Similarly, if this were a 7, both of these would have to be 5s, and that's also bad. So this can't be a 5 or a 7, it's got to be a 6. This can't be a 5 for the same reason. Now there are two ways to multiply to 4. You can either do a 1 and a 4 or a 2 and a 2. But we can't do a 2 and a 2 because we can only have 1, 2 in each row. How about this? I believe this has to be a 2 and a 4. It can't be 1, 2 because of this 1. It can't be 3, 6 because 6 is already being used in this region. Okay, those are sort of all the obvious things I see. Is there anything I'm missing? I guess there's this big region here, and also a region over here. Oh, and this down, a couple on the bottom here that actually don't have numbers given. I guess there's just no requirement there. How about this? How do we add to 9? 2 and 7 doesn't work because of this 7. So it can be a 3 and a 6, or it can be a 4 and a 5. Not as much information as I was hoping for. Oh, here's one. What can go here? Actually, these two, 3 and 5, right? Because 1's already in this row. 2's gonna be here, so it's already taken for this row also. Same with 4. And then 6 and 7 are already over here. So we can't put a 6 or 7 here because that would... I mean, there can only be 1 in each row. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit, if you don't mind. And now, this one can't even be a 5, because then both of these would have to be 7, by this logic we already went through for this guy. So this has got to be the 3, this has got to be the 5. Now this has to be a 1, this has to be a 5. Oh, this is the 3 and the 5. Now we know what order these 3 go in to make 15. What's left in this column? 2 and 4, except I can't have a 4 here because of these guys. One of these has to be the 4 in order to make this multiply to 4. So the way I'm doing, so the way I'm solving this is the big numbers are the numbers I'm actually filling in, and then I've got these little pencil marks here, the small numbers. And what I like to do for this particular puzzle is for the small numbers, I write in each square that there are small numbers, I write in all the numbers that could go there. Like here, this could be a 6 or it could be a 7. I'm not sure yet. How about this? What can go here in this -4? It's either a 1 and a 5, or a 2 and a 6, or a 3 and a 7. I don't like 3 and 7 though, because then this isn't a 7, and this isn't a 7, so then both of these would have to be 7s, and that's bad because we don't want them both in the same column. So this is either 1, 5, or 2, 6. But if it were 1, 5, then what goes here? Because there's already both a 1 and a 5 in this row. So it's 2 and 6. Oops. I meant to do the pencil marks. Ah! Okay, so now since 2 and 6 belong here in this column, this is the 7, this is the 6. That tells us which order these go in. What's left in this column? 1, 3, and 4. Can't have a 1 or a 4 here. Sorry, I'm speeding up a little bit. Now what can go here? Oh, here's sort of a new strategy that I haven't used yet. We know that this and this the difference has to be 2. But we know, like, suppose this is a 1, what does this then have to be? It has to be 2 away from 1. So it's either a 3, so I'll write that in as a pencil mark, because it could be a 3, or it's -1. And I mean, -1 is not a valid number. If it's a 4, then this can be either a 2 or a 6, so this tells us that this is either a 2, 3, or 6, and it can't be a 6, there's already a 6 in this. Oops. There's already a 6 in this column. How about here, what's left? This is the only place a 6 can go in this row. There's a 5 left. Alright. Yeah, so there's another variant called Killer Sudoku, which has basically the same idea, except it also has the Sudoku boxes, like the 3x3 ones that you have to fit 1 through 9 in each. And it also has the added requirement that you cannot repeat 2 numbers in the same region. Like I could have like I'll write it in pencil marks. It is legal for me to have like a 2 here and a 2 here, because this is Calcudoku, but in Killer Sudoku you can't do that. I always get confused which is which, but I think I have it straight now. Okay, this -3, what can go here? No, I don't think that's what I want to do. Never mind. So the reason I did that, this has to be a 6 or 7, is think about which numbers can go here. They can be at most 4. In fact, the largest 3 numbers we can choose to go here are 2, 3, 4. So that means we're going to need at least a 4 here in order to make it add up to 13, because this here is 9 or less, the sum, 2 plus 3 plus 4, or less. So this has to be at least 4. It can't be a 5 because of this guy right here. And it can't be a 4 because then neither of these can be 4s. This would be a 2 and this would be a 1. And then both of these guys would have to be 4s, and that's bad. So that just leaves 6 and 7 here. These 4 here have to add up to 10 because there's a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 left, and 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. Since these 4 add to 10, and these 4 add to 13, we know that this guy has to be exactly 3 less than that guy. Okay, I don't... Okay, so this can't be 2 and 7, and it can't be 4 and 5, so it's got to be a 3 and a 6. Okay, the only place a 4 can go is here. 2 is left. Now this has to add up to 7. It can't be a 3 and a 4 because of this 4. It can't be a 2 and a 5 because of this 2, already taken for this row. So it's got to be a 1 and a 6. So this can't be the 6 because the 6 has to go somewhere in here. So we know which order these go in. Now this has to be a 7. This has to be a... Uh-oh. I made a mistake somewhere. I bet I assumed that the numbers in some region had to be different from each other. But the only place that works is here. I do have 2 2s, thank you. Good catch. Okay, how did that happen? Let's redo it. Okay, this has to be due. Ah, yes, I just filled these in the wrong way. Excellent. Thank you so much, vSimco. Okay, now these have to add up to 8. Did I say 7 before? Huh. These have to add up to 8. How do we add up to 8? It can either be a 1 and a 7, or a 2 and a 6, except it can't be a 2 and a 6. Or it's a 3 and a 5. Oh, we know which one this is now. And this has to be 4 more. This is 1 and 2 in some order. That's good, that adds up to 13 now. No, it doesn't, wait. Wait. I messed this up. Okay, yes. So I deduced this has to be a 3, because there's a 4 here. Now this has to be 3 more than this one does, because these 4 are going to add up to... Well, I mean, first of all, we know there's just a 1 and a 2 left here. And so these 3 are going to have to add up to 7. Now this has to be a 6. Okay. Wow, I'm a bit rusty. Okay, this can't be a 7. The 7 has to go here in this row. Okay. Okay. Okay, now what do we know about these two? They have to add up to 8. Still 1 and 7 or 3 and 5. Oh, but 5 can't go here or here because there's already 5s in this column, so 5 has to be one of these. This is going to be a 3 and a 5. And this one can't be the 3, so it's that order. Alright, so this has to have a difference of 3. That means it has to be the 1 and the 4, as opposed to the 2 and something else. So that tells us these, that tells us these, that tells us these. Okay, what's left in this column? 2 and 6. What's left in this column? 5 and 7. Okay, how do we get these to differ by 3? I think the only way to do it is a 2 and a 5. Okay, 3 and 6. Okay, that should tell us everything else. Okay, so this has to be 2 away from 3, so it's got to be the 1. Check solution. Alright, this is correct. Woo! Okay. Yeah, so I said this at the beginning, but I don't think anyone was around then. I'm just going through the free puzzles on a site called puzzlemix, which is spelled exactly how you think it is, puzzlemix. That was a Calcudoku 7x7. I'm just going down the list because I've been away for 2 weeks. So let's see what else there is. Okay, so the next one's a Sudoku X. This is a little bit more of a straightforward Sudoku and less math. A Sudoku X is the same as a regular Sudoku, except, well, yeah. So it's the same as a regular Sudoku in that you have to have 1 through 9 in each row, and a 1 through 9 in each column, and a 1 through 9 in each 3x3 box. But you also have to have a 1 through 9 in each of the 2 main diagonals, which are highlighted in red. Can you see that? You can't see that. That's okay. There we go. Now can you see it? Great. Okay, so yeah, the highlighted diagonals here are, these also have to have the numbers 1 through 9 once each. Whew, okay. We don't have much in the middle, huh? Okay, so I see only one place a 2 can go in this row. What's left in this row? 1, 3, and 6? Okay, only one place 5 can go in this column, because there's already a 5 in this row, already a 5 in this box. How about this column? What's left? 3, 6, 7, and 8? I'll go ahead and write them down. In each of what the little numbers mean is in each of the boxes I'm writing down all the numbers that might go there. That I haven't ruled out yet, I should say. This row has 1, 6, 8, and 9, so the only thing that can go here is a 1. So 6, 8, and 9 are left in this row. Oh, so 9 has to go here, because there's already a 9 in that box on the right. Okay, so 6 and 8 go here. So we can't have a 6 or an 8 in this box, because then we'd only have one choice left for these two, and that would not be good. Oh, we know this one now. And this one, and this one. And we know this one. There's, I think, only a 4 that's left in that column. Okay, these corner boxes are maybe the next thing I go for. What's available in this box? 1, 6, 8, and 9. Except not 1 for this row. 6, 8. Oh, not 9. 1, 6, 8, 9. 1, 6, 8, 9. How about this box down here? 2, 3, 7, 8. Did you clip something? I don't think that's ever happened before. Ha! It's me messing up, isn't it? Okay, so where am I looking next? What's another good spot to look? I want to look where there's already lots of numbers. Maybe use the diagonals. It's maybe not too early for that. Yeah, whenever there's a special rule, like the diagonals in this puzzle, that's usually something you want to think about early. And then the Sudoku part comes at the end when you're just kind of filling everything in. Oh, this can't be a 6. I should have seen that a while ago. Okay, so now let's look at this corner, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7 are left. So I'm just going to write that down. Oh, those aren't pencil marks. This can't be a 1. Okay, and this corner. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 3 and 4 can't go in this column because of these two. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, I said. That looks right. Oh, this can't be a 7 either. Okay, how about this column here down the middle? 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are left. This already has a 7, 8 in this box. This already has a 2 and a 7 in that box. Already a 7 and a 9 in this row. Already an 8 in this row. 2. And this one here, there's already a 6 and an 8. I mean, there's already a 6 in this diagonal. There's already an 8 on this diagonal. I like getting this middle square. It has a lot of information. It tells me 2 can't go anywhere else on this diagonal. Like here, here, on either diagonal, I should say. So where can a 9 go on this top right to bottom left diagonal? Can't go in this box, and it can't go in this box. It can't go here. It has to go either here or here. And since it has to go either here or here, we can't have a 9 elsewhere in that box. Do I have enough information to do something yet? No. Okay, let's look at this row then. 1, 5, 6, and 8 are left. Oh, so this has to be an 8. There's already a 1 and a 5 in this box, and there's a 6 already in this column. So 1, 5, and 6 are left in this row. That's pretty good. Okay, how about this box? 2, 6, 7, and 9 are left. Okay, great. I don't see anything immediately that I can deduce. How hard is this? I should have looked. Oh well. There's 1, 6, and 9. There's only so many spots that some numbers can go here. Oh, this has to be, there's only one spot a 2 can go in this box. I guess I can start looking for, wait, no. I was already doing that. Never mind. Okay, how about this box now? This one also has 5 numbers in it now. 3, 4, 6, and 9? Is that right? Well, this box has 4 numbers in it. This might be worth writing stuff out. 1, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Is that what we've got going? 1, 5, 8 in the bottom. Oh, not 8 in this one, because there's already 1 in this column. 1, 5, 8, 6. Okay. Oh, this can't be a 3. Yeah, let's look at the diagonal. Whenever I get stuck, it's usually good to look at the special rules for the puzzle. So I've already got a 1 and a 6 and a 2 on this diagonal. Right, and I figured out the 9 has to go either here or here. One of these two. So let's look at the other diagonal. We already have a 2 and a 3 and an 8. 5 and 7 look like they show up a lot down here. And 6, 8, and 9 show up a lot up here. So a 1 has to go here or here. That doesn't tell me much. Any ideas? Let's see. 3 and 7. Oh, that's so close to filling out that column. I do like this this bottom right box. This is maybe a good place to look. What happens if... Let's look at the middle box, actually. This one has both diagonals running through it, so that can tell us a lot. 1, 3, 6, and 8 we already know. So we know... 3 can't go here or here because there's already a 3 in this row. 3 can't go here or here because there's already a 3 in this column. And 3 can't go here or here because there's already a 3 on that diagonal. So that leaves literally just these two. Which means there has to be a 3 on this diagonal either here or here. That means this can't be a 3 because then there'd be nowhere to put a 3 in that middle box. So this is an 8. There we go. That was the next step, I think. Oops, sorry. Oh, and this has to be a 5. Because it already had to be a 5 or an 8 because of my pencil marks. Let's keep our pencil marks up to date. This can't be an 8. This can't be an 8. This can't be an 8 either because of the diagonal. What's left on this diagonal? 3, 4, 7, and 9. Oh, I said 3 and 3 has to be here or here, so by the same logic again, this can't be a 3. It's got to be the 7, and this can't be a 3 either, and it can't be a 7, so it's a 4. This is a 3 and a 9. This is a 3 and a 9. Or 3 or 9, I should say. Okay, so just 2 numbers left here. Oh, this can't be a 4. This can't be a 4. Alright, what's the next step? Where's the next good place to look? Okay, so a 4 has to go here or here. That's the only place a 4 can go on this diagonal. Also the only place a 4 can go in this box. Any other numbers on that diagonal that don't show up as often as they should? Maybe not. Turning the music a little farther down. Can you still hear it? Can you still hear me over the music? That's the biggest question, I guess. Wait, this has to be an 8. There's nowhere else an 8 can go in the... Oh, and this can't be an 8, because of this guy. Oh, great, thank you. Good, you can still hear me. So this has to be the 3. This is the 7, and this is the 8. All right, build out a box. Yes. Okay. I think I'm not caught up... Oh, it's 6s. I haven't eliminated 6s from here. Okay. There's something I need to catch up on this column. Okay, 9s. That can't be a 9. Okay. Oh, and now this has to be a 3. This column's complete. Okay, great. So we have this nice frame that goes all the way around. Cool. Okay, so updating our pencil marks. Now this is the only place a 3 can go in this box. This can't be an 8. Okay, so an 8, where can an 8 go in this box? Can't be this row or this row because there's already 8s. Can't be here because there's already an 8 on that diagonal. Can't be here because there's already an 8 on that diagonal, so this has to be the 8. And the last 8 has to go here. No, it's not the last 8. There's one more up here. It has to be here. Great. Okay, so these two have to be a 1 and a 5. If one's a 1, the other's a 5, and vice versa. So this can't be a 1, because then these would both have to be 5s. That's no good. So this is the 7. Did I do that right? Yeah, that can't be a 1, so it's a 7. That has to be the 5, that has to be the 2, that has to be the 1. Fantastic. Alright. Now we can fill these in. Oh, I guess we can't fill them all in. That's okay. 7 and 9. Just two squares missing on that right, those right 3 columns. This can't be a 5 or a 1. Oh, this has to be a 2 now. 3 boxes filled in. We are rolling. 1, 4, 5, 6 left in this column. Oop, 4, not 5. Okay, so there's only one place a 7 can go in this row, in this column. I mean, there's a 6 or a 9, this is a 6 or 9, this has to be the 7. That tells us the order of these two, that tells us the order of these two. Okay, we're just in finishing mode now, we just need to finish the puzzle. What's left in this box? 1, 4, 5, and 6. Can't have 5 on this diagonal. Great, this can't be a 9. This can't be a 1. Is this 4, 5, 6 left in this row? Oh, this has to be a 6. That's the only thing that can go there. That tells us this row, which will oh, this can't be a 6. 1 has to go here. This has to be a 4. What's left? A 3. Now 9. And what's left? A 1. A 6. 9. This isn't a 4. Done! We did it! Alright, 18 minutes 57 seconds. I wasn't super trying to go fast, but that's pretty decent. What's up next? Let me check. Oh, it's another Sudoku. Great. We already did one of those, so we're warmed up. I think the catch on this one is it doesn't always tell you what the operation is. Let me pull it up real fast. Yeah, for some of the numbers, for some of the regions, it tells you a question mark instead of an operation. So like here, we know these 5 numbers come together to make 24, but we don't know whether it's addition or subtraction or multiplication or division. Oh, that's tricky. Okay. This is again 7 by 7, so we want to put the numbers 1 through 7 in each row and in each column. Okay, so first of all, I think these big numbers like 560, 180, 168, these are going to have to be multiplication. There's no way you're going to add like 5 numbers that are less than 7 together and get like 500. So what multiplies to 560? There's going to have to be a 5 in there somewhere. I apologize for doing another kind of mathy one. I'm just going down my list of puzzles though. There's going to have to be a 7 in here. 560 is divisible by 7. And what's left? 560 divided by 5 is 112. Divided by 7 is 16. So I believe we have to have 2 4s. 4 times 5 is 20, times 4 is 80, times 7 is 560. Great. Okay. So as I noted before, we are allowed to have 2 of the same number in this region, and in fact we're going to have 2 4s. But we're still not allowed to have 2 of the same number in the same row or column. So one of the 4s is going to have to be one of these 2. The other one's going to have to be one of these 2. They got to be in 2 different columns. Okay, how about this one? 56 is divisible by 7. So let me fill in 7. I believe this has to be a 2 and a 4. Not always Sudoku, but there's also GM Puzzle Blog. Oh, is that Thomas Snyder's? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I enjoy other puzzles too. Maybe we'll do something else today as well. Mix it up. Yeah, okay, this can't be a 4, because one of these 2 has to be a 4. Okay. Well, if you know about Thomas Snyder's blog, then I take it you're no novice, so I'll I'll try to go a little faster. This has to have a 5 in it somewhere. Oh, this also has to have a 5 in it somewhere. What is this? 1357? Oh, this has to be the 4. Great. Yeah, I would totally do Snyder's puzzles. The what's it called? Grandmaster puzzles. Yeah, those are a lot of fun. I should do I should do a stream of those if I could figure out how to reliably stream me with pencil and paper. Okay, so these go to 12. Given that this is a 2 and a 6, we're not going to have them adding to 12, because we can't have 6 and 6 and we can't have 2 and 10. So I'm going to say they're multiplied, in which case the other one also has to be a 2 or a 6. Oh right, what else goes here? 5s, 5 times 36. And there's a few ways to make 36, I think. Okay, oh, this is a good one. 7s. 168 is divisible by 7. 7 times 24, so I believe 4 and 6 it has to be. Oh, so this one has to be the 4. And this can't be a 7. 7's already accounted for in that row. Tight fit Sudoku. Which one is that? Is that where the regions don't have enough boxes? If you have suggestions, I'd be happy to. If you have suggestions where there's interfaces, I'd be happy to try and do some of those. This is a 4 and a 7 that's left. This can't be a 7. Tight fit. I think I've done that kind before. Oh! Right! Okay, yeah, I like those. I'm gonna go... Yeah, okay, change of plans. I'm gonna go see if I can find one of those. See if there's an interface for those. I doubt there is, kind of. But, yeah, okay, the first Google result is Dr. Sudoku. Okay, 1, 2, and 3 left in this column. I'm not sure how you could get 6 if this were a 5. It can't be added, can't be divided or multiply, and subtracting also doesn't work. That's not a 5. Yeah, so one site that I like to use that has not nearly as good of an interface, but it is an interface, is Janko, Janko, the puzzle site. They have a large variety of Sudoku variants. I'm gonna guess this is a 1 and a 2 and a 3 in some order. I'm not sure which. I guess it could... Oh, no, wait. Okay, focusing again. Alright, 6 and 7 here. This has to be a 2. I don't think a 7 can go here, or a 5. Oh, this is gonna have to be added. Got a 5 and a 7 here. I guess that doesn't give me that much information. Yeah, I think this is gonna have to be a 1 and a 2 and a 3. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm certain enough to fill it in. But yeah, actually, if you have any like specific puzzles that you want me to do, feel free to like put them in the chat or something, and I'd be happy to do them. I'm always looking for more puzzles. Oh, this has to be the 5. This 4. So this 1 has to be subtraction, because, yeah, I mean it can't be division, because they'd be 2 the same number. Doesn't really tell me much. Have to have a 6 here or here. This is oh wait, 6, can't go here, because then this would have to be a 2, I think. And there's already a 2 in this row. So let's say this is a 6, which means this has to be added, which means this has to be a 5 and a 4. This 144, how do I get to 144? I guess one thing to take from the 144 is there's no 5 or 7 up there. Okay, so these two add to 12. These three also have to add to 12. In order to make 24. Where can a 6 go? What's this one? 4 numbers that go to 1? It's gotta be either like 7, 1, 2, 3 if we're subtracting. Except it can't be because then this would have to be a 5 and a 6 and these would both be 7s. So this gotta be divided. So I think it has to be 6, 1, 2, 3. I think that logic works, which means this can't be a 6. And this has to be the 4. Okay, now maybe I can figure something out about the 144. 144 divided by 4 is 36. Oh, another 36. Yeah, 36s are... There's a lot of ways to get that. Oh, this has to be the 5. Are we done with 5s? No, there's 2 more left. Okay. Oh, this might actually multiply to 10. It could be a 1 here and a 2 here. I'm not sure. It could also be added. I think... I mean, this can't be a 6 or a 7, right? So it's 1, 2, or 3. I think this has to be a 2. Because if it's added, then if this is a 1, this has got to be a 4. Can't happen. If this is a 3, it's got to be a 2. And if it's multiplied, and this is a 1, then it's got to be a 2. Either way, it's a 2. Okay, this can't be a 7. Can't multiply to 180 with 7s. What do we have left? We have a 2 and a 5, so these got to multiply to 18. And these is a 1 and a 3, so this is a 6. That leaves 7 for here. So this has got to be subtraction, right? Okay, so we're adding to 24. Gotta get these to add up to 7. So I think this has to be a 1 and a 6. Oh no, wait, hold on. I don't know this yet. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, because of this one. Okay, great. What's left in these columns? Alright, I liked that one. That one had some interesting logic. Yeah, so an iPad would work. I thought of that. I haven't figured out how to stream on my my tablet yet. But I'll look into that. I'll definitely want to do that in a future stream. Branching out into more puzzles would be fun too. Alright, that took 13 minutes 37 seconds. Now's the time to suggest something if if you want something different. Actually, the next one's really short. It's a Sudoku X, but it's 6x6. So I'm just gonna do that really fast. Okay, let me pull it up and then I'll just I'll speed run it. Okay, great. Okay. 1, 5, 6, 2, 4. So again, this is a Sudoku, but oh, this has got to be the 4. But the diagonals also have to have 1 through 6 this time because it's a 6x6 puzzle. What more can I deduce? Only place this can go on that diagonal. 2, 3, 5 are left on this diagonal. How about the other? Oh, this has to be a 2. Okay, great. Okay, everything's gonna fall into place here, I think. Okay, I spoke too soon. 1, 5, and 6 left on this diagonal. Okay, here's the 5. Okay, 2 minutes 4 seconds, and part of that was me setting up. I'll call it under 2 minutes. Okay. Well, I don't see any suggestions, so I'm gonna keep going. What's up next? What's your favorite kind of puzzle? I think I really like Sudokus, specifically variants, like Killer and Kalkidoku are pretty good. It'd be hard for me to pick a favorite though, because really I think the funnest thing is discovering a new variation. Okay, the next one is a regular old classic Sudoku. Yeah, I like Kropki. I always get the dots mixed up though. It's the white dots are consecutive and the black dots are one is double the other, right? Yeah, non-consecutives, and by extension consecutive is also pretty good. Did you know they have, I don't know if this is what you're already referring to, but did you know they have Kropki that isn't Sudoku? There's a puzzle type that's just called Kropki. It's like the same rules, except there's not the boxes, the 3x3 boxes for Sudoku. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the next Sudoku. This one's just classic. Gotta be a 6. Gotta be a 6. Let's fill in all the 6s. Oh, I think that is all the 6s. Okay, the average solving time on this one was like 6 minutes or something. So I'm probably not gonna do it quite that fast, but like, it shouldn't take long. What other numbers do we have? A lot of 7s? Not really. 8s? Not really. 3s maybe. We have 5 3s. This is the only place a 3 can go in that column. One, 2, 8, 9 left. Okay, so we have a pair here. Richard's puzzles on logicmasters.de. I'm gonna check that out next, after this puzzle. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 9 left in this box. 3, 5, 7, 9 left in this box. This row is 1, 5, 7, 9, so this has to be 1 and a 5. No interface, that's okay, I'll still look at it. I guess I won't spend too long on it if I can't stream it. Oh, this has got to be the 9. This box 1589. Yeah. This box 4578. What's left in this column? Oh wait, this has to be the 5, and 4 is left. Okay, I have a 1 and an 8, so what's left in this box? 2 and 9 and 5, I think. This has to be the 5. Okay, so this one has to be the 7, this one has to be the 4. It's just 1 and 8 left in this row? Interesting. And this column is 3 and 7? This column is 1, 4, 9. Yes, 1, 4, 9. Excellent. And this column, 2, 5, 8? This can't be a 5. Oh, this has to be a 4 now. I really hope I'm not messing up right now. Maybe going a little too fast. Should be more careful. But I don't see any mistakes so far, so. Okay. Okay, 5 minutes, 40 seconds. Average was 6 minutes. I'll take it. Okay, what is this site? logicmasters.de. This sounds familiar. I think I might have been here before. Is this a contest, like a German, a Ratzel portal? That's familiar. I know Ratzel means puzzle in German. Or I'm probably saying that wrong. Ratzel. It's got the 2 dots above it. Here, sorry, I'm gonna pull up the page so you can see it. Is this the site? Yeah, let's see what kinds they have. Richard, Luigi, and Bernie. Oh, this one specifically. Okay. Sudoku variants. Oh, is he just like making up new variants? That's cool. That's super cool. I love that. Clock faces. Never heard of that. I also don't know German. Use the usual Sudoku rules. 4 numbers around a white circle are growing in a clockwise direction. Fields. Oh. So around a white circle. Ah, gotcha. There we go. So around a white circle, the numbers are increasing clockwise, and around a black circle, the numbers are increasing counterclockwise. Interesting. He's got a whole series of variants. He's got 250 puzzles in it. That's cool. Cool. I wonder if there's a way. I mean, I could like. Use a. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time, and it's not working very well. I could try to use a spreadsheet to just make the puzzle and then solve it on the computer, but that's maybe not worth the effort. Oh, I think I've seen this type before. Sudoku Cup 3. Yeah, there's a lot of different contests. Oh. Yeah, there is no shortage of resources. Oh, tight fit. There we go. There's a tight fit. Yeah. Man, part of me really wants to just try and set up the tablet streaming now and do one of these, but I don't know if it's worth the risk. Yeah, thanks for the link. Thanks for the link. That's very cool. we'll definitely look into that. Logicmasters.de. Let me write that down. Yeah, okay, so the next one is on my list is a Kropke Sudoku, so you'll enjoy this one. It's only 6x6 though, so not going to enjoy it too much. Let's get us all set up. Alright, so the black circles are, one is double the other, and the white circles they're consecutive. Well, because we only go up to 6, the middle one's gonna have to be a 2 always. These three have to be different. This one also has to be a 2. And once I know some of the numbers, I can fill in others just based on the circles. Like, if this is a 2 or a 4, this has to be a 1 or a 2 or a 4, because one of them has to be double the other. Oh, okay, so this can't be a 1, because this can't be a 2. I mean, actually, I guess any square with multiple dots next to it that can't be the same as each other can't be a 1. Okay, so this can't be a 4, because then these would both have to be 2. Okay, this can't be a 5. 5's not double anything. 4 or 6 can't be a 6. This is gonna have to be a 3 and a 6, isn't it? Oh no, wait, yeah, okay. One, 5, and 6, and 1 has to go here in this this column. Wait, how do I distinguish these? Oh, this one can't be a 5, because then there'd be a white circle between it and the 4. That's how it goes. There's also the converse rule for these, right? So all the circles are shown. Alright. 2.5 minutes. And I'm going faster than I intended, because I have only one puzzle left. But it's a hard one. It's a skyscraper. You familiar with those? On the edge are the numbers. It's not a Sudoku technically, but it's similar. This one's going to be a 7x7. Have to put the numbers 1 through 7 once each in each row and column. And there's numbers on the side that tell you how many different buildings you could see if you take the numbers to be like heights of buildings. So here there's a 1, so everything has to be hidden behind the 1. This has to be a 7. So like for example, if you're this 5 means that if you're looking to the right, if you're looking from the right to the left on this row here, there are 5 numbers that you could see increasing in this order that are not like hidden behind larger numbers that are farther to the right. This 6 is a lot of information. That means the 7 has to go here or here, and the 7 can't go here because then this 2 would actually be a 1. And I assume you're already familiar, but the strategy is usually to look for the tallest buildings first. So 7s and 6s in this case. The average time on this one was 25 minutes, so this should take me a bit longer. Also, for the pencil marks, I usually do, instead of marking all the numbers that could go in a given square, I'll mark like all the places that 7s could go. Like I think these are all the places that 7s can go in this row. Can't go here because of that 3 above it. Can't go either of these because of the 3 to the right. Can't go here because of the 2 to the left. Oh, this can't be. 7 here or here. Oh, this 5 is a lot of information. That's good. Is this the only place a 7 can go? Yeah, okay. So a 7's going to have to go one of the middle 3 because of the 3 above and the 3 below. Can't put a 7 here because then... can't put a 7 here or here because then... Since the 7 hides all the buildings behind it, the only buildings you can see are in front of it. You'd have at most 2 if you put it here, and at most 1 if you put it here. Similarly with these two. You can't put a 7 here because there's already a 7 in this row. Can't put a 7 here because then you wouldn't be able to get 5 buildings visible. You'd only be able to get 4 because this is a 7. Oh, this can't be a 7 because of this 4 down at the bottom there. That's the only place a 7 can go in that row. And here I think we get a little bit stuck on 7s. Okay. So now what do we know? This 3 here, this 7 is awfully close to the 3. So we know that we have to, all 3 of these buildings have to be visible buildings from the bottom. So the only places 6 can go are here or here. If it goes anywhere else on this side, it's going to be visible as well as the first building and the 7. So that would have to be at least 3 up top. And if there were a 6 here, this would be this 3 down below would be at most 2. Oh, but I don't like a 6 here because then this 2 to the left, then you're able to see this 6. And these two, and whichever place the 7 goes, and also whatever's in front. So that would be 3. So that can't be a 6. The 6 has to go here. I believe a 6 has to go here also. You can't put a 6 in either of these two because the 4 to the right, then you're going to have at most 3 buildings visible. And you can't put a 6 in any of these because then you're only going to be able to see the 6 and the 7 from the bottom. Those are all more than 2. What can I say about this one? I bet it's a 6, but I don't think I know for sure. I think it has to be at least 4, right? Because if it's too small, then you're going to not be able to cover all 3 of these behind it. I'll write that in, I guess. I won't. I don't want to mix. I don't want to mix different types of pencil marks. That will confuse me. Yeah, okay, this is harder. 6 in this column, I believe, has to go either here or here. Can't put a 6 here because of the 3 to the right. Can't put a 6 here because of the 3 above. Can't put a 6 here or here because the 2 below. We would see the 6 and the 7 and whatever's in front of it. Oh, and this can't be a 6. Silly me. Okay. Going for the edges. 6 here. Can't put a 6 here because of the 3. Okay, that's still a lot of options. Okay, so in this column, we know that the 2 on the ends have to hide everything else behind it. Because from the top, we want to be able to see this square and then the 6 and the 7. And from the bottom, we want to be able to see this square and the 7. The 6 being hidden behind the 7. So the 5 has to go either here or here. And this cannot be a 5 because of that 4 to the right. So here's our 5. I think this one now has to be a 3 or a 4. Just in order to be able to hide both of these behind the front one, in order to make that bottom 2 actually a 2. I don't want to mix pencil marks again. I guess this is the point where I fill in all the places 6s can go. I've already got 1 5, I guess it's not too early for that. Can't put a 6 here because of that 4. Okay, see, I think this can't be a 6. Because then the 7 would have to go here, and then all 3 of these squares would be visible. The 7, the 6, and whatever's in front. So that's not a 6. Okay, and this can't be a 6, because of the 6 on top, that would be way bad. You'd only be able to see 3 at most, and we need to be able to see 6. Okay. It would tell me so much if I could get rid of the 6 right here. Okay, 6 can't go here either because of that 5 to the right. Can a 6 go here? We could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings potentially. Okay, that's fine. If this right here were a 5, that would ensure that that 3 to its left would work. And it also makes sense with the 6 above it. I don't want to make guesses though. This is where it gets difficult. I always get stuck at this point, thereabouts. But by stuck, I just mean slow, not giving up. Six here doesn't make sense, right? Because then you'd be able to see it and the 7 behind it and the front one. That's not a 6. If we put a 6 here, then we have to have a 6 here, and here, and here. Just by eliminating rows and columns. Does that lead to anything nasty? I mean, we'd have to have a 7 here, and a 7 here, and a 7 here. Oh boy. I think that's all compatible. As always, if you see something that I'm totally missing, feel free to say something. So this column here might be a good place to go. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 left. I already said this has to be a 3 or a 4. Can't have a 4 here because then we'd be able to see it behind whatever's in front. We want this to hide everything. This can be anything, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and mix pencil marks, but not in the same box. That would be not good. This is usually the point in the puzzle where I kind of have to switch over to the usual kind anyways. How about here? Where can 5s go? Maybe I should be thinking about 5s. We don't want a 5 here. Oh, actually, let's think about this, this box right here. That 6 above it keeps it from being too high, but the 2 to the left keeps it from being too low. It has to be a 3, 4, or 5, I think. But if it's a 5, I think you won't be able to fit in 6 on that left column from the top, because you'll only be able to see these 3 and then the 6 and 7. So this has to be a 3 or a 4. I guess that's kind of interesting, which means the 5 has to be hidden behind the 7. And this only works as a 3 if these are like a 1 and a 2 in some order. I guess we don't have any information on those columns, so we don't know which is actually the 5. I don't want to write that down. These are not helpful. Not yet. Okay, so this one, actually I do want these. This one has to be, oh, this one has to be higher than that one in order for this 4 on the right to make sense. This has to be at least as high as a 3, or at least it has to be higher than a 3. So it's a 4 or a 5, which means your 1 and 2 are mixed up in here somewhere, hiding behind the 6. It'd be great if this were a 5, because that would force this to be a 5. That would be more information. If this is the 7 in this row, as opposed to that one, what does that tell us about this? It has to be 4, 5, or 6. Oh wait, hold up. I think that's impossible because of the 6 up top. If we look at this square, this can be like at most a 3. Because if it's a 4, then what can we see? We can see at most the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7. That's 4 of them. And then whatever's in front. That's 5, not 6. So this has got to be a 1, 2, or 3. So if this here is the 7 in this row, then you're gonna, I mean, there's gonna be one of these 3 at least that you can see over the front one. And since we only want 2 buildings to be visible, it'll always be the 7 and the front one. That's impossible. So this can't be our 7. That means this has to be the 7 in this row. Cool. Cool, okay. Is there anything I can learn from that? I guess I can mark down that this has to be a 1 or a 2 since I'm doing that. So thinking about this row still, the 6 has to be on the right side of the 7. If 6 goes here, then it doesn't matter what else happens. This can't be a 1, I should add. If that's a 1, then this thing's also going to be visible. You're going to have all 3 of these visible, and that's bad. If this is a 6, though, it doesn't matter what else happens. This is always going to be exactly 3, because you're going to see this one, you're going to see the 6, you're going to see the 7, and everything else is going to be hidden behind the 6 and 7. What about this one? Then the 3 on top works really well. But we need this one to be high. It can't be a 5. But 5 could still go there. Okay. Nothing yet from that train of thought. I believe on the bottom row, the 5 has to go either here or here. Because you can't put a 5 right in front of the 4, then you can only see the 5, 6, and 7 at most. And if this were a 5, this would have to be a 6 in order for all 3 of these to be visible, but there's already a 6 in the column. So 5 is here or here. I would like it to be here, above the 3, because that would tell us that the 6 has to go below the 7. And I think that would actually tell us where, like, all the 6s go. It'd be here, and here. Okay, maybe not. Oh, okay, never mind. Not all of them, but a couple of them. If this is a 3, we have to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 visible. That's not very helpful yet, I don't think. I guess I should just make a lot of pencil marks. That's usually the answer when I'm mildly stuck. Okay, fine. This one has to be higher than this one. This one can't be a 5. Wait, so if this is the 5, then this is 4 and 3. This is 4 and 3, and this is a 4. And this is like 5, and then 1 and 2 in some order. I guess that is fine. What if the 6 goes here? That might be a good place to think about. Then this is a 7, this is a 7. This can't be a 6. So 6 has to go here. This can't be a 3. This can't be a 5. Whew. This can't be a 5, right? Because that 5 to the right, we could only see this, and then 5, 6, and 7. Should I be writing down everywhere the 5s can go? That seems like just about everywhere. Guess it can't hurt. Oop. Can't go on top of the 7. What if a 5 went here? Would anything particularly nasty happen? Not as long as the 6 is behind the 7. I guess we're fine. Actually, let me undo this before I get confused. But, what can go here? I said this has to be at least 4, right? In order to be able to hide all 3 of these behind it. That's kind of interesting. What if either of these is a 1? I guess that's fine. I guess we do have some information about the 5s. Like this row 5 can only go here, here. This row 5 can only go here or here. So specifically these columns to the left, maybe we can make some deductions about where 5s can go. That's a lot of 5s. Wait, so this has to be a 2 or 3. This has to be a 1 or a 2, right? In order to be lower than this one and actually hide behind it. So now, if we look at these three columns over on the right, not the far right, but these three here, these three have to have the 5 in this row, and they have to have the 5 in this row, they have to have the 5 in this row. So we actually know that the 5s on the left 3 columns have to come from these 3 rows, or something like that. Okay, well that's something. That is something for sure. I don't like a 5 being here, because then the 6 has to be behind it, and you can see the 5 and the 6 and the 7 and the front thing. So this is not a 5. If either of these is a 5, this just straight up has to be a 6. Which I think it means this can't be a 4. Because if this is a 4, then here's your 6 and here's your 7. But the 5 has to go here or here. So then we have the 4 visible and the 5 visible and the 7 visible. And that's from the left. And that's no good. This is 5 or this is not just a place where a 5 can go and a place where a 6 can go, but this actually has to be the 5 or the 6. This is why I don't like mixing my notation. Because this box and this box mean different things. Okay. Now what? I'm going to continue looking at these 5s on the left here. If this is a 5, then this has to be the 6. We have to have like 4, 3, 2, or I mean, I guess these are descending in some order. And this is whatever else is left over. Oh, what if 6 is here? Then I believe 5 has to go here. And that's bad, because if the 6 is hiding behind the 7 and the 5's right in front, you won't be able to see 3 buildings from the bottom. So this can't be a 6, if my logic is correct. Yeah, that makes sense. This can't be the 6. So that means the only place the 6 can go in this row is here. Nice! And the only place the 6 can go in this row is here. Cool! Okay, making progress. Okay, over that hump. Okay, maybe not. Okay, looking back at these 5s over here, we have any one of these will determine all the others. No, let's look at this 6 here. Let's figure out what that means for us. We have to have the 5 hiding behind the 6. That's the only option. Same here. The 5 has to be hiding behind the 7 from that 2. And this 5 is not visible from the left or right because of the 7 and 6. But here a 5 might be visible. Either from the right, this 4 on the right, or the 3 on the bottom below this. If we put a 5 here, that makes sense, because we'll be able to see the 5, and then the 6, and then the 7. Okay. So if we put a 5 here, on the second one from the left, okay, so we'll be able to see this 5. One of these is a 6, we'll be able to see that, and we'll be able to see the 7 behind it, but we'll also see the leftmost one. We'll see this, the 5, whichever square the 6 ends up in, and the 7 if we're looking from the left. And that's 4 buildings, not 3. So this is not where the 5 goes. That tells us how the ones on the left go. This has to be a 5, this can't be the 5 now. This is a 5. Okay. And now since this 5 was in this mess of 6s, there's only one place a 6 can go in this column. It's right here. Alright, done with 6s. We finished the 6s before we finished the 7s. That's funny. And we're almost done with the 5s too. Okay, how are we looking? This 5 is hiding behind this 6 from the right. So we have to have all of these are visible. This has to be descending from left to right. So this can't be a 3. That would force 3, 4, 5, 6. We already have a 5. How about these down here? These can't be 1s, because then we'd be able to see more than we should from the bottom. Oh, wait. Yeah, because if this is a 1, then we'd be able to see this, and also whatever's behind it, because 1's really short, and the 6 and the 7. And similarly here, we'd be able to see the 1 and whatever's behind it, 3, 4, 5, 5 buildings. The only place a 1 can actually go in that bottom row is there. Which means here, this has to be a 1 or a 2, because it's got to be shorter than this guy. It's got to be a 2, it's got to be shorter than this guy, it's a 3. Okay. Okay, and I said these have to be in order. So this has to be 3 first and then 4 from the right in order for 5 to be able to see this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, we're making a lot of progress. That was the step we needed. We're almost to the point where we can just like Sudoku it out. What's left in this row? 1, 2, 3. We still don't have all the 7s. Okay, so this can't be a 5 because that 2 on the left. If this were a 2, that means this has to be a 1 then, because this has to be a 1 or a 2. And then this would have to be higher. So we'd be able to see the 2, whatever's higher, 5, 6, and 7. That's 5 buildings, not 4. This can't be a 2. That means the 2 has to go here in this row. Oh, and there's only one spot a 5 can go now. This should tell us how the rest of the 5s go. Okay, this row has to go like that. This column has 1, 3, and 4 left. This column has 1, 2, 3, 4. This column has 1, 2, 3, 7. Oh no, just 2, 3, 7. This one has 1, 2, 4, 7. But 4 and 7 can't go here because they're already in those rows. So they gotta be those 2. And I believe we have full pencil marks in now. Hopefully my notation is not messing me up. Okay, which of these building marker things have we not fully resolved yet? Most of them look good. Yeah, I mean, we have mostly low numbers left except for those random 7s, so things aren't in general visible. This one has to be greater than that one in order to hide it, so we can see this and the 5, 6, 7 from the bottom. Similarly here, this one has to be bigger than both of these two in order for this 2 in the bottom to make sense. Oh, there's already 4 in this column. Great, okay. That's what I needed. Oh, this has to be a 1 now, because we can see the 2, we can always see the 7, and we're going to be able to see the 6. We don't want to be able to see this one. We want to see only 3 buildings from the bottom. That should fix pretty much everything else. I know I've said this a lot before, but I think we're actually pretty much done this time. Okay, 39 minutes. It's a little slower than average. I'm gonna rate this one moderate. But hey, got 6 minutes left in my streaming schedule, at least. I might keep going. And I just finished my list of puzzles I wanted to get through. 6 minutes early. Perfect. Is anyone still around watching me fumble through that one? I guess I'll go see what variants Janko has. Kropki's fun. What's Chaos Sudoku? What is this? Is this just irregular? Here, sorry, let me pull up what I'm talking about. I'm just talking to myself now. That's no good. I'm just looking at different variants. I might just be window shopping. I might call it a night, but I might not. I did start 5 minutes late, so I should stay on for 10 more minutes. Wouldn't want to short you guys 5 minutes. Sudoku varianten. What does that mean? Oh, it's just a collection of. It's just a collection of variants. That's really cool. I suspect these don't have solves. An isomorphism. That is a fancy math word. Is this between numbers and left leg? Oh, that's kind of interesting. Can I solve it? Cool. Yeah, okay. Bonus time. I'm gonna solve this one. So let me zoom in. Yeah, so this word isomorphism is a fancy math word that I know because I'm a mathematician. But what it means is that there's a correspondence between the numbers in the left diagram and the right diagram. So if two numbers are the same, in the same position, and they have the same number, they have to also have the same number in the other diagram, the two corresponding cells in the same position. So, like for example, oops. Yeah, the interface for this one is a bit rougher. This is a 2, and this is also a 2. But it's in the same position as this 5 over here, so this also has to be a 5. In fact, all the 5s in this puzzle have to be 2s in this puzzle, and vice versa. So I'm going to fill that in now. This is a weird variant, I've never seen it before. I'm excited to play it. Any other numbers that were just given the correspondence? I guess an 8 on the left is a 2 on the right. Yeah, so this has to be an 8. And this has to be a 2. And this has to be an 8. It's a 2. I'm a little bit disappointed by the lack of symmetry in this puzzle though, I gotta say. Okay, those are the only correspondence there. Okay, so a 4 here is a 6 here. So let's fill those in. A 6 here, 4 there, 6 there is a 4 there. I hope I'm not making a mistake. Okay, now we can just like Sudoku and notice that this is the only place a 4 can go in this region because there's already a 4 in this row and in this column. There's a 4 and it corresponds to a 6 here. Similarly here, this has to be a 4, only place it can go in this region. There's only one 4 left, I believe it has to go here. Great, so we have all the 6s on the left and all the 4s on the right. Okay, 4 on the left is 7 on the right. I think these are the only ones we're given. Okay, but this has to be a 7. Only place it can go in that box. So this is a 4. So what does 2 on the left correspond to? A 5 on the right? I think 2 has to go here or here in this box. So 5 has to go here or here. Can't rule either out. Oh, that's okay. What other correspondences do we have? 7 on the left is 9 on the right because of this square. Oops. This here's a 9. Are we given any more? No, okay. A 1 on the left is an 8 on the right because of these. So we can fill those in. Oh, there's a lot of them. We should be able to do so. This is where a 1/8 has to go. What's left in this box here? 5, 8, and 9. And over here it's a 1, 2, and 6. So this has to be a 2. There's a 1 or a 6. Wait, we know 2 has to go to 8 here, right? 8 on the left is 2 on the right. This is a 1 or a 6. I don't know what 3 on the left corresponds to, I don't think. But it's 1 or a 6 because of the square. And then... okay. So let's look again for other correspondences we might have. I think that's about it. I see a single 5 on the left in the very middle. But there's a lot of solving to be done on the right, especially near the top up here. What's left in this row? 1, 6, and 9? This is the only place a 1 can go in this row. So this has to be a 6. Now we filled in a whole box, so we know, okay, now 3 on the left is 1 on the right. Great, that's another correspondence. So this is a 1. This is a 3. 3 on the left is 1 on the right. I really hope I didn't go backwards once, because that would really screw up the entire puzzle. 3 on the left is 1 on the right. We only have 3 of them. Okay, great. 3 pairings. Okay, now we know how this row should go. If we can figure out these now, this has to be a 2. Only place it can go in that row. A 5 and a 9 are left. That'll tell us all of the correspondences if we have everything in the top row for both. Or everything in any row for both. 9 on the left, what does it correspond to? I guess I don't know. Five on the left and 9 on the left, I don't know. And then 3 and 6 on the right, I don't know. I think everything else has already been matched up. Okay, so treat this like a Sudoku then. So we know this is a 5 and a 9, so what's left in this column besides those? 3, 7, and 8 for these 3 squares. Don't know which way those go yet. 3, 4, 5, 7 left in this row. Oh, this has to be a 5. That's not a 5. Yeah, so 3, 4, and 7 left in this row now. We still don't know what 5 on the left corresponds to. Oh, you know what? Okay, so we know 5 on the left corresponds to either 3 or 6 on the right. So, can we make any deductions, like where 3s and 6s can go? No, I don't think so, because I think... oh no, maybe so, maybe so. Okay. So here's a 3 on the right. That has to correspond to either a 5 or a 9 on the left. I know that much. This has to be a 2, which corresponds to an 8. This has to be a 7 and a 9 in some order. This has to be a 3 and a 5 in some order. Just looking at what's left in the column, 3, 5, 7, 9 left in the column, and 3 and 5 are already in this box. Okay, so we know a 5 has to go here or here. So we can't have a 5 here. So this is the only place a 5 can go in the box. Do we even have any 6s over here besides this one? Oh, we have this one. That's not helpful. One, 2, 6, and 9 left in this column, I believe. Not helpful enough. How about over here? 3, 5, 7, 8 left in this column. So this is a 7 or an 8, which is going to correspond to a 2 or a 9 over here. This is a 6 and a 9 in some order, correct? This order, specifically, because of this 9 down at the bottom. Okay, so this 9 corresponds to a 7 over here, I believe. What's left here? 5, 6, and 8 in this column. Not enough. Okay, I believe the only number that can go here is a 3. Ah, which tells us this 5. Alright, great. Now we should have everything matched up. 5 and 9. And so now we can make all the correspondences work out. We should have the same amount of information in both grids. A 6 is a 9. A 6 on the right is a 9 on the left, I should say. This 5 corresponds to a 3 and a 6. This 5 corresponds to a 3. Okay, I believe we have the same pattern everywhere now. In particular, we have all the information in each grid. So we should be able to just solve one of the grids and then copy over into the other via our correspondence. Let's solve the one on the left. 3, 7, 8 left in this column. Not good enough. 1, 2, 9 left in this column. Also not good enough. How about this column? This looks like I should be able to figure something out. Just 1 and a 2 left. Just a 1 and a 2 left. Okay. And here we have a 3 and a 7 left. The only place a 2 can go in this box is right here. If you look carefully. I believe we can fill in the rest of the 2. Maybe not quite. Yeah, we can. Only one place a 2 can go in this box. Yes. All the 2s are done. On the left. What's left in this box? 1, 7, 9? It's gotta be the 1. I guess we're doing 1s now. I guess we're done with 1s now. What's left in this box? 3, 5, and 9? Okay, so 3, 5 here, and like 7, 9 here. Something like that. Only one place in 8 can go in this column. All the other rows are taken. Only one place in 9 can go in this column. All the other rows are taken. 3, 5, 7 left in this row. Can we figure any of them out? I don't think so quite yet. How about this row? Just 7 and 8. Oh, not yet. Okay. Only one place in 9 can go in this row. The other columns, there's already a 9. 3 and 8 left now, I believe. Should I just fill in the rest of the 9s? I guess that's just this one. And what's left in this column? 3 and 7? Fair enough. Row. Almost done. 3, 4, 7. I'm almost done. I should be able to get this. 3 and 7 left in this column, and also this row up here. 3 and 4 left in this column. What's left over here? 3 and a 5. Basically, a lot of 3s are left. I think this is maybe what we want to look at. This will force this one to be the same thing. 3, 4, 5, or 7, except it's got to be a 3 or a 7. Because it's the same as this one. Oops. 3 or 7, 3 or 7. Leaves 4 to be here or here, and 5 to be just somewhere in this column. Yeah, I was gonna try to do this without using any pencil marks, but I'm getting kind of fatigued. I don't know if I can pull that off. This is, somewhere there was a 3 and a 4. Where was it? What's left in this row? 3 3 and 8. And this row, 7 and 8. Cool beans. There's a 3 and a 7. What's left in this row? 3, 4, 7. This is where the 3, 4 was. Is 3, 7, 8 left in this column? And 4, 5, 7 here? In this column, I mean? Did I outlast my music? Wow. This has to be 3, 5, 7. 3, 4, 5, 7. 3, 4, 5. Great. Okay, so these are sort of where the action is, these 3 squares right here. Good to know, I suppose. And really, because any of these squares could contain a 3, it's really where the 3 goes that... wait, no. Yeah, no, this square right here should control, like, pretty much everything else. So what if I put a 3 here? If I put a 3 here... Oops. These controls. I got used to the puzzlemix once. If I put a 3 here, this is a 7. This is a 4. This is a 5. So I end up with a 3 here. And a 3 here. A 3 here. That seems pretty consistent. What if I put a 7 here? Then this is a 3. This is a 4. This is a 3. This is a 7. This is an 8. And this is a 3. Wait, hold on. Let me say that again. This is a 7. Alright, so this one's a 7. Then this one has to be a 3. This one has to be a 4. This one has to be a 3. This one has to be a 7. So this one has to be an 8. This one has to be a 3, but we already said this was a 3. So this cannot be a 7. Okay, suppose this is a 4. Then this one has to be a 3. This one has to be a 4. This one has to be a 7. This one has to be a 3. This one has to be a 7. This one has to be a 3. This one has to be a 3. And I think that's a contradiction. Hold on. This is a 4. Then this is a 3. This one right here is a 3. Make note of that. This is a 4. This is a 7. This is a 3. This is a 7. This is a 3. So now, this is a 3. And also this is a 3. There's nowhere a 3 can go in that middle bottom box. So that's no good. This cannot be a 4. And in fact, this will do it for us, because these two have to be the 3 and 5 in some order. So this has to be undo pencil marks. This has to be the 7 and the 4. This should knock everything into place. Yeah, as I said earlier, if you ever get stuck, it's doing pencil marks is pretty much always the answer to getting unstuck. There's a 7, there's a 3, there's a 4, 3 and 8. Okay, and now we just transfer over to the right grid. I guess it'd be easier to do it number by number. A 1 on the left is an 8 on the right. So let's fill in all the 8s on the right. I think that's all of them. Okay, so a 2 on the left is a 5 on the right. So here's 1, here's 1, here's 1, and here's 1. A 3 on the left is a 1 on the right. Oh no. Oh no. This 3 and this 3. Oh no, okay, I think I just typoed. This is supposed to be a 7. Let's hope that fixes it. Let's really hope this fixes it. Yeah, I think that was just a typo. Oh no, okay, that really scared me. Okay. Would not be surprised if I messed something else up, though. This has been a complicated one to keep everything straight. Like, the logic's not that bad, but the just keeping everything straight is. A 4 on the left now is a 7 on the right. Okay. So let's fill all of those in. I think that's all of them. A 5 on the left is a 3 on the right. So this is a 3 and this is a 3. That is, whoa. Hold on. Did I say 5 on the left, 3 on the right? Yeah, okay, that's all the 3's on the right. 6 on the left is a 4 on the right. So, oh, those are already all filled in. Cool. Okay, 7 on the left is 9 on the right. Ah! Don't want that. Undo. What was there before? Okay, great. 9 on the right. That should be all of them. That should be all of them. There we go. Okay. Now an 8 on the left is a 2 on the right. Two, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That is 9 2s. And a 9 on the left is a 6 on the right. So everything in that's left should be a 6. Let's hope, please. Uh-oh. Oh no, what did I do? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it's not saying it's correct, I think. Well, I'm going to go ahead and check each of the rows and columns and see what I messed up. It probably has to do with the thing that I fixed at the end there. That usually messes things up whenever I get some, I mean, if I got it confused really early, then it might have messed a lot of stuff up. Okay, all the rows on the left seem good. I'm just looking through each column right now and making sure that each number appears. That should ensure that there are no duplicates. Because I know I didn't somehow cram 2 numbers in one box or anything. That'd be crazy. Okay, the columns all look good on the left. Let's look at the individual boxes now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, the puzzle on the left is a correct puzzle. I'm gonna check the one on the right. Actually, I think it'd be better now to just check the correspondences. Make sure everything corresponds correctly. Because it might just be that I messed something up in there. Okay, a 1 on the left is an 8 on the right. Okay, it looks like all those got transferred correctly. A 2 on the left is a 5 on the right. Just checking them row by row. 2 on the left is 5 on the right. Good. Okay, yeah. 3 on the left is 1 on the right. Three to 1 looks good. 4 on the left is 7 on the right. 5 on the left is 3 on the right. Six on the left is 4 on the right. Seven on the left is 9 on the right. Seven on the left is 9 on the right, okay. Yeah, that looks good. 8 on the left is 2 on the right. And 9 on the left is 6 on the right. Well, I just manually checked everything. This is a correct solution. I guess maybe it just isn't set up to tell me. Usually like the background turns green whenever it's correct. But maybe since this is like 2 puzzles instead of 1, it's not set up correctly. So, yay, we did it. Okay, and yeah, we're quite late now. I'm clearly my brain is clearly slowing down, so I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for coming. This was a fun evening. Definitely gonna stream again next Wednesday. Yeah. I don't have a plan for next time. It would be awesome if I got the tablet working and I could stream some like extra weird variants. But maybe I'll just do classic Sudoku. Who knows? Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get there. No promises, except that I will stream next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. That is 8 o'clock Eastern. Thanks for joining. See you next time.